What's up guys, Coach Andy here. Today I'm going to talk about how you can design your own workout at home with what you have available. So things to consider, we're going to go over warm-up, what we call our power life block, our strength block, and then a finisher. So starting with the warm-up, what you're looking for in a warm-up. We're looking for a full body, but specifically there's 3 aspects of your body that we always want to make sure are warmed up. That's with the shoulders. So it's a couple shoulder exercises you might want to do is something that we're opening up. So if you have bands, you can do band pull-aparts. If some weights, you can do lat raises, or if you have nothing available, you can just do some arm circles. Also, we want to make sure that our glutes are warmed up. So glute bridges, you can take advantage of bands, do mini band glute bridges, you can do weighted glute bridges, or you can just do regular old body weight. Then we also got to make sure our core is all warmed up because everything starts from our center. So sometimes body weight's the best way to do that. So bird dogs, dead bugs, stuff like that. Maybe if you want a little more challenge, you can do sprinter sit-ups, stuff like that. Then also, if you want to jump around a little bit and get moving, we want to make sure that our central nervous system is warmed up. So maybe do some speed ladders if you have that, some line drills. That's a great way to just get your body warmed up. So that's what we're looking for in our warm-up. Next, we're getting to our power/life block. So a lot of this, generally this is where our explosiveness comes in. That may be challenging for you if you do not have weights available, if you can't get in snatches, thrusters, whatever it is. We want to focus maybe a little bit more on balance. So stuff where we get on one leg, we're reaching down, reaching across, getting our body into a position where it's a little more challenging for us to stay stable and keep our core tight. Then we will also may want to look at posture work. We're sitting at home all day, maybe we're bent over, so we want to get those shoulders and that chest opened up. So any exercise where we're getting open into this position is a great way to look at that. Okay, and then we're also hips. Hips are another thing. We're sitting like this. We need to get our hips open. So standing hip circles, anything, again, to get some external rotation in those hips is also very important. Next thing we're going to talk about is strength. So how we organize our strength is very important. There's certain things that we always need to make sure we hit. It starts with a squat. So squat is one of the most important exercises you can do. There's a couple different ways you can do a squat. It can just be with both legs, single leg, but you always want to make sure you're doing some form of squat. And again, be comfortable with the range of motion that you have. So only go as far as your body allows you. If you have knee pain, find out where that knee pain is. Is that at the bottom of the squat, top of the squat, and then find ways that you can work around it. And again, take advantage of what you have. If you have bands, you can do banded squats, you can do banded split squats. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and you'll see some exercises we do to take advantage of all certain types of equipment. Okay, we also need upper push and upper pull. So push is very easy to do at home if you have no equipment, because you can do push-ups, you can do push-ups against the wall, you can do a max effort push-up into the wall. The pulling part is a little bit more of a challenge, but the thing is you can get super creative with stuff you have at home, I promise you. So easy thing to take advantage of, walls. So if you have a door frame or anything you can take advantage of, grab a hold of that and you can do rows off that. You have a table, you can pull up on rows. If you have small objects, fill up a backpack, do some curls. If you have bands, awesome. You can do bands. If you have weights, of course, take advantage of that. But think of ways that you can hit that pull at home. Also, we need a hip hinge. So that's typically where you see a deadlift, an RDL, but it doesn't have to be stuff like that. It also can be like a glute bridge or a hip extension. So any position where we're getting those hips back and moving them forward and challenging our hamstrings, our glutes, our posterior chain, that's something that we need to work on. So again, think about what you have available. If you have bands, you can do a banded RDL. If you have dumbbells, dumbbell RDL. If you have none of that, you can just start with a simple body weight good morning. You can do glute bridges again, but make sure we're hitting these 4 right there for sure. Lastly, finisher. Finisher is all about what your goals are. So if you want to work on cardio and want to work on losing weight, think about how you can get cardio in. That may be going for a run, that may be interval training. So think about what your goals are. Next, maybe you're a meathead and you want to just get arms done. Perfect. Find ways to work your arms. If you don't have heavier weights, a great way to make it a little more challenging is increase the time under tension. So do slow reps, do pauses. That's a great way that you can work. You do the same thing with glutes. If you want to get a booty game going on, I'm all for that. Do the same thing. Take advantage of mini bands. Challenge your body, put yourself in different positions. Hand placement, foot position is a great way to change things up. Try glute bridge with your feet together. That's going to activate different parts of your glutes. And if you want to do core, think about how can I challenge my core in different ways. Typical ways that we'll see it is you might have extension where you're getting your core out, and then you might have flexion, and then you might have rotation. So that's something that you are generally looking for with core. You want to hit all 3 of those. Extension, flexion, rotation. And lastly, stretching. It's very important to stretch. We're all at home sitting just tight. Get your body open up. Take 5-10 minutes after the end of the workout, stretch, foam roll, do all the things that you need to do to keep your body healthy. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Again, let us know if you have any specific questions of exercises that you might want to know. How do I do this with what I have? And we're happy to help you guys out. Thanks.